Welcome to the Healthy and Wealthy and Wise podcast with global sales trainer and professional speaker, Lois Kofi. Each week, it is her goal to share inspiration and education for you to be, do, have the best health and wealth and wisdom for your life.
Well, all right. Happy Friday. This is Coach Lois with a first in quite some time monologue podcast. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. I was actually really missing these, if I'm honest. You know how life can be when you have so much going on, and then you sort of get in a hamster wheel autopilot mode. And I'm almost at 200 episodes with my podcast, guys. It's really exciting. Almost 200 episodes with my podcast. And if you're just joining me, I just realized I may have some viewers here. Welcome to the Healthy and Wealthy and Wise podcast monologue with Coach Lois. Normally I have guests. In fact, that's what I was just starting to share with you guys. I have had almost 200 episodes and at least 150, if not 175 of them had a guest. And I started doing a monologue every week and a guest, and it just got to be a lot. How many of you guys have ever done something for the first time and then it's like, whew, that's a lot. I gotta peel back some stuff and take something off my plate. And that's actually part of what I coach, and helping people work smarter, not harder, and have a better life. That's the whole goal between healthy, wealthy, and wise. So I was interviewing all these health experts, all these wealth experts, and people with a lot of amazing wisdom. Good morning, Elizabeth. Yay. I always love to acknowledge my hashtag live guests. Love you. So thank you so much. Thank you. You rock as well. Feel free to play along, guys. If you're on the live inside of one of my communities and on YouTube where I stream live, please comment below and I'll acknowledge you. Elizabeth is an amazing artist, amazing guru of all things jewelry, goddesses, mystic, transformational stuff. She's been a great help to me. So I decided I've got to do more monologues, and I miss them. And to be honest with you, not having a guest today, I already got the confirmation where I just felt wonderful. This is easy. This feels good. So part of why I started doing this podcast was to reach people like yourselves and to be able to inspire, educate, and equip you with my knowledge and the knowledge of others. And juggling all the things, including success. I had a lot of success right out of the gate. I monetized my podcast to 6 figures, started having lots of clients, a couple different programs, different joint venture partners, affiliate partners, all of the things. And something's got to give, right? So I gave away the monologues. And I am such a teacher, such an educator. I was a college professor for 7 years. If none of you knew that, it was with Concordia University in Irvine. And I actually did an online class. I converted an in-person class to online, and I just love being able to help people. Hey, Phil, all the way from Europe. Good to see you. Welcome. And so anyway, long story short, a couple months ago, I said, I got to do more of these monologues. And here we are. And it feels good. So welcome all. And it's only going to be about 15 minutes tops. I like to keep these short and sweet. And today is educating you on belief statements. Now, you can, if you're live, you can comment below with questions. I won't be able to field a lot of them, but I could probably field 1 or 2. This is essentially indirectly like a free coaching session also for those of you who are interested in receiving support on belief statements. You could get some coaching right here, right now, if you have a question or 2. That's the benefit of tuning in live. So first of all, 2020 taught me a lot. And I created my own 4-step proven sales framework on how to have your best life through your business, through generating leads, through a system that's duplicatable. And since 2020, I have coached hundreds of people through the framework. And one of the biggest things that I see with people is step number one, which, for just to keep it simple, step number one in my proven framework is having a magnetic mindset, being and becoming a fearless salesperson, entrepreneur, business owner, CEO, whatever you call yourself. I love sales, so I love to say salesperson, but if you have any energy around that word, you don't have to use it. It's okay. I give you permission to call yourself whatever you want. But at the end of the day, most people work really long hours. They spend tons of time on social media. They get burnt out. Anybody relate to that? Comment below if you've ever felt burnt out, or if you can relate to that. And that was me actually in 2020. And I recognized I had to listen to my own coaching. Of course, I hired a coach. I don't believe anyone succeeds alone, even with the best systems and decades of experience here. I'm talking about myself. I still got to have accountability, because if left to my own devices, I can slack, I can procrastinate, just with the best of them. So at the end of the day, I realized a lot of people struggled with step number one. And here's an exercise. Here's an exercise that I want to, for those of you who have been following me, you've already seen this. And yet you can only retain 10% at any given time of what someone teaches you, right? So it's good for you to hear it again and again and again. So one of the things that I discovered, and I'm gonna share my screen, so I hope it shows up well. Comment below if you see any issues, okay? And of course, if you see value in this episode, no matter where you're watching this, either live or later on the recording, if you can share this with someone you know that's struggling with their sales career, work-life balance, making and charging what they are worth, because that's another podcast episode for another day. Please share this, share this episode with someone that you care about. Sharing is caring. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So take notes. I'm only going to, again, go for about 15 minutes total. So we're already halfway through. And I really want you to hope this hits home with you. And you can comment below what your belief statement might be, or what you're learning through this process. So part of step number one that I teach people is that sales is service. Sales is your purpose. Everybody's selling something. You sold yourself to get out of bed this morning. You sold yourself to drink that cup of coffee. You sold yourself to work out or not to work out. You sold yourself to get your lead generation in or not. You sold yourself, your partner, your spouse, your friends. Everyone is selling themselves, really. And if you don't like the word sales, it's okay. I understand. But I want you to come from a place of curiosity around that. And maybe ask yourself, why am I afraid of that word? Or can I just flip the script and change it to a different word? A lot of people think of used car salesman. If you see the screen here, or if you're listening to the audio, it's Glengarry Glen Ross, Alec Baldwin. Coffee is for closers. Google it. Great YouTube. Very vulgar, I will warn you. It's definitely not PG. But it's exactly what people think when they hear sales or salesperson, salesman. It's that used car sales, snake oil type person. However, what if you change that? What if you thought of a salesperson as service, abundance, love, purpose, truth? Speaking your truth, people flock to you because you're magnetizing them. You're sharing from the heart instead of the head. I'm not a religious person, okay, but Jesus spoke his truth, right? And a lot of people, flocked to him. Whatever your spiritual belief, think of the greatest teachers of all time, Buddha, Gandhi, all of Dalai Lama. They spoke their truth. And yeah, they were selling something, okay? They were coming from love, abundance, and service. And just remember, thinking creates the actions, actions creates results. Thinking also creates inaction. So if your results aren't where you want them to be, you got to change your thinking And I can almost guarantee you it goes around your profession, your service, your product, your belief of yourself that's either causing inaction or lower action. Because I know this is probably, you don't want to hear this, but sales is a numbers game and it's about consistency and building relationships. You didn't marry your spouse or your partner or become a partner with someone on the first date, did you? If you have a business partner, did you say, hey, let's do business together right away on the first shot? Absolutely not. I mean, maybe sometimes. I started dating my husband and married within 5 months because we just knew, right? Sometimes you get a client or a prospect and you just know, boom, happily ever after. However, that's like maybe 5% of the conversations you have. The other 95, it's going to take you 5 to 12 touches or follow-ups or consistent action to get that result that you want, which is serving clients, making an impact, and oh, by the way, making an income that not only pays your bills, but it probably also helps give you time freedom. Am I right? So I was a perfectionist as a young kid. My mom was schizophrenic. She was in and out. So I was in foster care. I was bounced around and I didn't want to make waves because I was afraid. That brought in within me this good girl. I got to get approval. So my perception of the world was I got to be perfect. I got to be a good girl. I can't get in trouble. And I also believed about that I probably shouldn't speak my truth because, oh my gosh. So in the beginning of 2020, it was hard for me in the pandemic at first to make money because I was living with a lot of these fears, a lot of these old programs, a lot of these old conditions. So thankfully, I had coaches and mentors. I did not do it on my own. Still don't, by the way. I was really having to focus on shifting that thought process, right? Because what you focus on expands, and when you focus on the goodness in your life, you create more of it. You create more of it. And when you focus on your dreams, prosperity materializes before your very eyes. If you see the world through your fears, however, you're stinking thinking that recovering perfectionist, I had to shift and flip that script from, I'm a perfectionist. I'm afraid if I make a mistake, I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be bad. To, progress over perfection. Everyone makes mistakes. I can love myself through it. I can be curious and learn from those mistakes and not beat myself up, although that is always a process. And if I focused on my fears, poverty would multiply. Poverty would multiply around me. Most of you know I had COVID in January, and at first I was afraid, like, oh crap, I can't work. So how am I going to, create an income? Old programming. Guess what? Because I have the skill set, I basically, boom, shifted that thought process, and I still made my $20,000 that month because that's my goal. My minimum goal is hit 20K a month. And I really only worked about 7 days in January. But at first I was focusing on the old poverty-stricken Lois, the victim, don't have enough money, I'm not enough, blah, blah, blah. But that took months and months of practice and accountability with my coaches and mentors. And of course, my inner journey, my inner work, which is the most important thing. So we're going to work on your belief statement today. And really, really quickly, how do you start with a belief statement? You want to write down your 5 W's. You got to have that belief in yourself. I'm going to actually kind of work bottom up here on the screen. The 5 W's in building your own daily belief statement that you can write out and create and be able to help you attract, magnetize, whatever you want to call it, more prospects that are, the prospects that you want to work with. You can attract a lot of people that you don't want to work with, and that's a time suck, let me tell you. However, it does take progress over perfection. Also figure that out. So just remember, this is a journey. It's not about the destination, right? It's about the journey. So do you write down every day who is your target market? That's one of the 5 W's. Do you write down your why every day? That's a second W. And you don't have to necessarily write that down every day, but are you reflecting on it at least for 2 minutes a day? Just 2 minutes. reconnecting at the heart level of these 5 W's is so important. First thing every day. I encourage all my clients to do it. And the ones that do make more money. It's not about the money. You know me. It's about the impact. Would you rather serve one client or 20 clients? Right? So do you share your why every day? That can also be your, unique selling proposition. On the screen right now, if you're watching, you can see there's words in here. So I worked with a client on this. So this is an example. This woman is a financial advisor. Her who is women, especially divorced women, but she'll work with women. But if she wants to go narrower, she'll start with, divorced women, because that was her journey. That was her experience. Her why, no woman left behind. As she would say, you don't need a man to have a plan, meaning financial plan. That's her unique selling proposition. And I was like, girl, I love that. You got to use that. You got to speak that. Put that in your marketing. Put that in your belief statement. Put that out there. Where do you find your people? That's the third W. So we've done who is your target market, your dream customer. Why should they care? What is your why? Why do you do what you do? Essentially, your unique selling proposition. Where do you find them? This person loves referrals and also way of life, common interests. So different common interest groups, maybe on Facebook, maybe on LinkedIn. I was coaching her in action on this. So you got to figure out what's best for you. These are just examples I'm giving you. When is twofold. As part of your 5 W's, the fourth W is when. When are you going to find these people? When are you going to follow up with these people? I hope you're writing this down. And then when will they accomplish some kind of tangible result? Now, she was saying she wants them to be customers for life. Some of you, that doesn't apply. When I was a realtor, I wanted to be your real estate consultant for life, because how many homes does the average person buy in a lifetime? 3 to 5, depending on where you are and who you are and a lot of different things. But that's the statistics. So I'm just sharing that with you. So she, as a financial advisor, says, yeah, I want them to be investing and saving for life. So that was part of her win. But again, when are you talking to people? When are you following up with people? And when will they create a result? Because that's what they want to know. Like, what's in it for me, right? And then, of course, the final W is what? And I know I'm going over time because this is a lot to share. I'm actually going to continue this conversation next week. Today is just like first monologue. And I wanted to give you something to chew on, something to work with. And then next week, we're going to have part 2 and actually write out your belief statement that you can use every single day. So I'm actually going to stop my share really quickly and see if there's any quick questions. And hopefully you guys saw my, oops, why is it not removing? I stopped the share, but it's not. There we go. Having a little bit of slow computer this morning. So writing your, good morning, Becky. Hello. Welcome. Good to see you. So really quickly, in summary, speak your truth, coming from a place of service, owning your 5 W's, writing those out every day can really, really help you. And keep in mind, it's that journey that I was talking about, progress over perfection. If you're not, if you're not testing this out and also sharing your 5 W's, which we're going to have part 2 next week, then it's really, really challenging to test it and get feedback from the marketplace. So once you get feedback from the marketplace, then you can tweak it, right? So that means consistent lead generation every day or most days. That means asking for feedback. That means if you hear a no from someone, I don't want to buy your stuff, or I don't want to sign up for your thing. Number one, they're not rejecting you. It's just they haven't seen enough of the benefits. Maybe they don't know your why. They don't know what your belief statement is or your unique selling proposition. So we'll continue this next week. Again, if you felt like you saw value in this, I want you to hit the share button. So glad I'm finally able to stream live back into Facebook. I've been having issues for the past 2 weeks. And then last but not least, I do want to let you guys know if you saw value in this today, I have some free gifts for you. Number one, I want you to go to loiscoffee.com/membership. And if you're not already inside of my VIP Kofi Sales Formula Inner Circle membership, sign up for a free 30 days. This expires February 28th. This will go away. And I won't do it again probably for several months. So again, loiscoffee.com/membership. We have 4 hours a month of support, coaching, lead generation, and all of the mindset that you're talking with me about today. And then, of course, you're going to be hearing about this very soon, more in the next couple weeks. I have a masterclass on March 10th. Thursday, March 10th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. It'll be a 90-minute masterclass. And hopefully you guys saw value in today, or if you know someone who could benefit from improving their sales and increasing their sales results in less time, please invite them to check out my masterclass. And I will put the link for that inside of the show notes. It's free. And again, it's going to be going through my whole 4 steps. And if you sign up within the next week or so, you'll actually get homework to do. But it actually really supports what we're teaching you, what I'm teaching you in this monologue today and then next week. So just reminding you, next week is another monologue episode. I did move my podcast up to 9:30 a.m. For when I do the monologues. So I will be back here, same time, same channel. If you can tune in live, always appreciate, we'll always acknowledge you. Until then, here's to your best health, your best wealth, your best wisdom, and comment below. Let me know what you liked best and what your aha moments were from today's episode. Thanks so much. Until then, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, refer a friend, and please drop me a rating or a review. If you do that, I'll reward you with a free 20-minute free coaching session on crafting your journey to your best self. Reach out to me at loiscoffee.com to claim your 20-minute slot. Until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.